Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you guys can hear me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and this is Monday, April 25th, 2022. We are live at the moment, and I'm just waiting to hear if you guys can hear me. I am going to copy the link and hop over to Facebook real quick and share that with them. If you can hear me, let me know. Okay. Hi, Claudia, Joanne, Lori, Vicky, Patty. Awesome. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to share the video, share the link, I should say. We are live. How are y'all doing? Okay, so Paula's here, Kathy's here, Kay, Donna, Patricia, Jamie. Okay, so you guys can hear me? Isn't this so cute? Are y'all excited? So these are the two projects that we're making tonight. Okay, so we're gonna get started. What I'm gonna do is just go ahead and jump into making the box first. And because we are making two projects tonight, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. And then I'll do a little bit of housekeeping notes while we're making the project. Let's start with a joke today. What did the policeman say to his belly button? You're under a vest. That cracks me up. These are our 5 new in colors, which will be available to my customers on May 3rd of this year. Yeah. So what is that? Next week. So here is the measurements for the box. Can y'all see that? Let me hold it up. All of this will be on my blog and on the inspiration sheet tomorrow. So we are using some new in colors. This is going to be box template 27, and I have to tell y'all that I was going to give this another number because I discovered today that box template 27 was very wonky. It needed some updating. So I've updated it. If you ever made box template 27, so sorry, it was a smidge off. It still worked. You can always add a belly band to keep this box closed if you're off on your measurements, okay? So Tahitian tied, 6 1/4 by 4 3/4, and then another piece that measures 6 1/8 by 4 5/8. We have our designer series paper, that's the in color. And so on this one, I use this pattern, which is the flip side of the other pattern. So there's 4 patterns of paper in the paper pack. And so we're gonna just see which one we like best. I have to say, I love this one. You guys already saw me use that pattern on these 2 projects. So today we're using the Tahitian tied. So my goal is to share all 5 new in colors before they go live next week. Okay, so measurements. 4 1/2 by 3, and then don't ask me which one's which. 3 by 1/2 inch, and you need 2 of those, and then 4 1/2 by 1/2. We have a scrap of pumpkin, scraps of basic white. This is going to be to cut out the little birdie, and I cut this to measure 2 3/4 by 4 3/8. And then I went ahead and cut out the scallop contour die with basic white and the greeting. But we might have to, if I can't stamp it perfect, we might have to recut that one out, okay? So these are the 2. Actually, we're stamping on all of these. So let's slide this over. And this is the stamp set that we're using. We are using the Stamparatus. Okay, I'm going to put this piece right here. And I'm going to use my Tahitian Tide ink pad. Oh, is it a little blurry? It's not on my end. Maybe refresh your screen. Hit, if you're on a PC, I think it's Control R or Command R. On a Mac, it's Command R. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I did check my internet right before I went live to make sure I had a good internet signal. Otherwise, I was going to unplug everything. Okay, so there's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the other one for our card. So I'm going to pull from the card packet that same piece. That way we'll save a little bit of time. You can tell my ink pads are new, right? So Donna says that YouTube is always blurry. That's so strange. I wonder why. Is it blurry for you, Donna, when you watch the recording afterwards? Hi, Diana B. She says she's new. Any other newbies? Okay, so we're going to set this aside to dry. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way so I don't get ink all over me. Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, we do want to make sure that we use our stamping mat because the photopolymer really prefers, it prefers that, I promise. Okay, so we're going to take the ruh-roh. My stamps got attached to each other. Okay, so we're going to stamp the stem with Early Espresso. So there's that one. And we're going to stamp the greeting also with Early Espresso. I got a new espresso ink pad, so there we go. Let's see, now this is the smaller one, so it's going to go down here. And then we're going to do the greeting. So the greeting for the little one is a little note of thanks. Perfect. And then we need to stamp the leaves in Parakeet Party, another in color. There we go. And then we'll move this aside and we need to stamp the nest. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that 2 times. One for the box and one for the card. Okay. There we go. I'm going to close this up, even though we're going to use it again in a little bit. we're going to use Memento ink, and we're going to stamp his eyes, or her eyes. Okay, I'm going to do a little test. I can't decide which way I like them better. I like them both ways, but I think I like them better this way. Now we need to cut this out with our punch. And I think I stamped it too high up, so I just need to trim some of this. I should have used my previous measurement, that, what was it? 3 3/8 by 2 3/4. Okay, there's that one, a little bluebird. We actually have a bluebird house, a little, bluebird house behind our house. They are particular birds. We have a friend that made us a birdhouse just for them. Now we need to use the pumpkin pie piece for the beak. So we're gonna punch out 2 beaks. There's one. And 2. Let's fussy cut our nest. This is like one of the easiest images to fussy cut, right? Because birds' nests are a hot mess. Speaking from experience, they used to build nests on my front porch. I used to have a grapevine wreath that was around my whole front door, and it was the perfect spot for them to build their little nest for their babies. Boy, are they messy though. Whew. Okay, there's both of those. Now, let's start making our box. We can assemble the rest of this in a little bit. So I'm going to get out the Simply Scored scoring tool. I don't want to lose any of my pieces though. We're going to score both pieces. Let me confirm this. Yes, at 3/4 on all 4 sides. Do y'all want another joke? Here we go. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. Okay, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Both pieces, even though they have different measurements, score them both at 3/4. So this box will hold all sorts of things. The last time I made it, I put tea lights in it. So it will hold 6 tea lights. So if you have an IKEA near you, they sell lots of tea lights and lots of different scents. I have a whole collection of them upstairs in our pantry. I think the last scent I bought was like green apple. Man, does that make you hungry. Okay, so I'm going to cut up to the score line on each of these corners. And then I'm going to trim that tab. All the tabs, I should say. So Just trim a little on the left and a little on the right on each of these, and it will make assembling your box a little bit easier. Okay, so I made the Designer Series paper charts this weekend. I will show that to you in just a minute. I also made the labels to my paper shares. And I would have to say that was probably all the work I did. Something is going on with my back. I can't believe I'm saying this. Ever since I got over that cold or flu or whatever, my back has absolutely been killing me. I don't normally have back pain like this. I normally have neck, shoulder, and arm. Yeah, I don't know what in the world's going on. Okay, so a little lane swerve here for just a second. The paper charts are not done yet because we weren't able to pre-order all the paper. So the blank template for these are already over on my website, but the colored scan copy will not be available until after I get the rest of the paper ordered. Look at how pretty this is. So yeah, we were not able to pre-order several packs. So once I get my hands on those, I'll finish the charts and they'll be ready for y'all. So that's lane swerve number 1. And then number 2, I just wanted to show you the paper shares. So you guys can start paying for those shares now. The deadline to pay is May 1st. This is the 6x6 size, and there's also 6x12. Okay, now back to the box. So I have a little tip to share with y'all. I have shared this before, but I think it's worth mentioning multiple times. If you use the Stampin' Seal Plus, on occasion, it can rip your cardstock. So if you've had that happen to you, the best way for it to not do that is for you to just use your silicone craft sheet. And I use this thing all the time. You already know that. So if you just add your adhesive on top of this, I will tell you, if you're trying to find the common link, like what in the world keeps happening, anytime I try to add it when it's on top of paper, that's especially when it rips. So just get your silicone craft sheet and add your adhesive on top of that, okay? That fixes it. Okay, I hope I sealed that tight enough. If our box is loose, you'll know that's why. Oh, wait. Woo-hoo-hoo. I almost did it. Did y'all see that? Uh-oh, I got ink on this one. Grr. It's probably going to be the lid, too. Let's hope not. Okay, I'm going to get this stamp out of the way. That's how I got ink on it. Let's see. Of course, I got ink on the lid. Oh, well, it's not the end of the world. But I am going to get the ink off my fingers real quick. Okay, so here's the box. It's not a super tight fit. Like I said, if you want, you could put a belly band around it to hold it closed. So now we're going to add our Designer Series paper right on the top and just ignore my ink. Grr. Oh, wait, let's see. I like using liquid glue for this because if I don't put it in the right spot, the liquid glue will allow me to slide it. Okay, now this one. Okay, and this one. That crazy printer behind me is cleaning itself. There's that. Now this is going to go right on top, and you can pop it up or you don't have to. Let's see, what did I do on this one? I did pop it up on that one. So this time I'm going to not pop it up and see how I like it. It's nice to switch things up. Okay, there we go. For the nest, we are going to pop that up using a dimensional. Oh, never mind. I scared myself there for a second. I thought I did something wrong. So, dimensionals. I'm looking at the wrong sample. I'm confusing myself. Okay, now we got to finish this little birdie. We need to cut out a little piece, a little wing. We need to cut out a little wing. This one right here. We'll go ahead and cut the other one out for the card also. Hopefully I won't toss that on the floor. Okay, we're going to attach the little wing with a mini dimensional. And that thing is too little for me to pick up with my finger. And now we want to add the beak. So I'm going to use a wadded up mini glue dot. And I tried to use liquid glue to add it. And it just, because, I don't know, I don't like to call it, I don't like to say I have fat fingers, but it's really hard for me to do it because it's such a teeny tiny piece of paper. So I like using the wadded up glue dot. And then it kind of makes it elevated a little bit, like 3D. You know what I mean? So cute, isn't it? Okay, so let's go. This goes back in here, and then we're going to attach her. I'm actually adding her with a glue dot. You use your favorite adhesive. The reason I'm using a glue dot is because I can pick it back up if I don't like where it's at. There's that. Now this one I am using liquid glue because I know exactly where I want that one. So happy, right? So the embellishments for the box, we're using the In Color Matte Decorative Dots. We're using a different one for the card. Now we need our twine. This In Color twine is fabulous. We do have other ribbon that matches this, but it's all glimmery. And I just, to me, sorry, it's not my favorite. This is my favorite. So we do have this. It is supposed to be the same color, but I don't know. I'm not using it. I might eventually use it on a project or two, but I like the twine. And I have always liked twine. Y'all know that. Okay, so I just took two pieces that measure approximately 8 inches, give or take. And then I'm just tying a bow. And then we're gonna trim the ends and attach it right in the middle. And I want to curl the ends of the twine. So if you take your bone folder and Make sure you hold your knot and then just do that. And that curls the end of your baker's twine. Okay, now I'm going to smush that. Did I smush it? It's like invisible. I smushed it so much. But I want to add it with my take your pick tool because I want it to be in the exact spot that I want it in. Okay, now let me show you what fits in there and then we'll make the card, okay? So if you open it up, let's get both of these. Which one do you prefer? Yeah, I'm still gonna like this pattern better, and it's because it has more light in it. They're not white, but it's lighter. So I like this one because of that reason. But let me show you some things that will fit in here. So these yummy shortbread cookies will fit in there, along with a chapstick and a roll of thread. Okay, so that fits in there perfectly. And then also, if you wanted to give like a bag of buttons, crafty people like buttons, that fits in there. Also, all kinds of candy will fit in here. It measures 3/4 of an inch. These alpha bitties will fit in there, along with also a roll of thread. So yeah, and then candy. Lots of candy will fit in there. So cute, right? I love them. Now, let's make the card. So here's the card. We're doing almost the exact same thing, except we're using a different greeting in that stamp set. And we are including the inside, and we're using a different embellishment, okay? So I'm gonna slide these up a bit, and then we will make the card. And it won't take long. So we've been here for 27 minutes. But the card will not take long at all. So let me give you those measurements real quick. Here's the sheet for those. So I listened to y'all's request on not being able to see the typed measurements on YouTube when I'm live. So this is my fix for you. We'll pretend that I'm doing that. Melissa asked, will a Kit Kat fit? You know, I don't know if I have a Kit Kat in here. Oh, I have one of these Kit Kats. I have the minis. Does that count? Let's see. Let's move this out of the way for a second. That fits in there. Y'all ever had these? I got them on Amazon. Dark chocolate and sea salt. And these mini Kit Kats will fit in there. So you could probably fit... I'm pretty sure a Kit Kat is not wider than 3/4 of an inch, so I'm sure that it will fit. I know I had a Kit Kat in here at one point, but I don't know where it went. I didn't eat it, that's for sure. Although I do love a good Kit Kat. Okay, back to the measurements. Here you go. So, hey, I found a Band-Aid. Tahitian Tide, 8.5 by 5.5. The Designer Series paper is 4 by 5 1/4. Basic white for the inside is 3 3/4 by 5. We have the large scallop rectangle from the Scallop Contours die. Scraps for stamping. Scraps for the beak, not the beak, the wing. And then this for the greeting, okay? So let's see. We already stamped the bird, so we don't need this one. So we already stamped the bird and the nest. We already have the wing and the beak. So we just really need to stamp the greeting and then the tree or the limbs. So I got to get that back out again. Hopefully I won't get ink on myself. Now this one has a little bit more room because this is the larger scallop. There's that. And then the, oh wait, I still need to stamp the greeting. Parakeet Party. You could use Granny Apple Green, but I think you're going to really like this color, so I'm using it. So we're done with that. Now we're going to stamp You've Got Something to Celebrate. This stamp set has pretty fabulous greetings, so you have multiple choices. This one's a close fit. There we go. And then for the inside of our card, we're going to stamp a little teeny tiny flower. I wish there was a punch or a die for this. I love this little flower. This would look so cute. Well, let me show you. Well, no, I'll just tell you. So see where this little embellishment is? If you stamped this little teeny tiny flower there and then put that embellishment right in the middle, that would make it even cuter. I didn't think about that until after I was done with this. So I'm like, oh, that would have been so cute. And I am not going to waste, I'm not going to waste my embellishments to remake it. I didn't do the best of jobs on that one. Oh well, it'll be okay. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4. Burnish with your bone folder. Oh, I just noticed I left my ink pad open. I don't want to dry that thing out. Okay, we're going to attach this to the front of the card. And again, we're going to use our liquid glue. Okay, there's that. And then now this is going to go in here. Now I'm just going to use one dimensional in the middle because if I give this card, I have got to redo that. So if I use a dimensional, it'll be easy to peel up later. It won't rip everything. Now, this is going to go here, and I'm just going to glue that down right in the middle. So for those of you that are customers of mine, if you purchased from me in the last 6 months, I promise I paid Stampin' Up! To mail you a catalog. I paid them. We're dealing with a very slow postal service. And I know that many of y'all are super excited and can't wait to get it. And if there was anything that I could do, I promise you, I would do it. I cannot make them deliver the catalog any sooner. And I can't really afford to send you another one yet. Because I did pay for them. And I did pay for the shipping. So if you haven't received it, I'm so sorry. Please just be a little bit more patient. Okay, dimensional. Yeah, it hurts my heart. Every day I check my email and not everyone, but a lot of people are not happy campers, and I understand. But last week the post office actually announced that the first class service was going to be, they're going to make it even slower. Like, I guess they're trying to kill those of us that have small businesses. That's all I can figure. Because the big people can afford to pay for priority mail shipping on everything, right? Yeah. Oh, grr, don't get me started. Okay, again, I'm wadding up the little glue dot to add the little beak. I have a huge spreadsheet, so if you need me to confirm that I sent you one, you can email me. I will confirm your names on it. But like I said, if you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, this time I wanted to make sure, like I went through it like a fine-tooth comb. Like, I changed people's addresses. I added them into the system. I was super careful about what I was doing because I know how important the catalogs are. I feel the same way. Like, I didn't get mine as soon as some other people. In fact, I felt like I was the last one to get it. I feel your pain. Okay, there's that. And then this is going to get attached right there. This thing, it seems a little cattywampus, doesn't it? It's probably because I was talking. There we go. Much better. Okay, so liquid glue for her. I did talk to a couple people today that did get their catalog, so yay. And then this one we're also going to add with liquid glue. I'm looking at this card and it just looks like, you know what it is? The difference is that you'll have to decide which you prefer. So on this one, on my previous one, I stamped the stem going further up the card. And on the new one, I stamped it further down to the bottom. So they look completely different. But it's only because this was higher over here, right? I like my original better. It will be the one that will be in the pictures tomorrow. Ooh, I like these glossy dots. Glossy dots assortment. These are new too. Okay, so, oh, the ribbon. I forgot the ribbon. Or the twine, I should say. Don't want to forget that. 2 pieces, approximately 8 inches. Ooh, I don't know that I used 8 inches on that one. Okay, y'all ready for another joke while I'm doing this? Why did the teddy bear skip out on dessert when she was on a date? I'm laughing already, just saying that out loud. Because she was stuffed. Okay, I trimmed this too short, but we'll make it work. Where's my glue dots? I'll replace this too if I send this card. Okay. Oh, I have another joke for you. What is a little bear with no teeth called? A gummy bear. Is the twine fine like linen thread? The twine feels exactly like this twine. So if you have the regular, it's not real stiff. Like I feel like the linen thread is a little bit stiffer. Okay, my last joke. Why did the chocolate chip cookie go to see the doctor? He felt crummy. Okay, so I am going, oh, wow. Wonder what's going on with this thing. I'm going to scroll back now and look at the chat and see if there's any questions. So I just answered Kathy about the twine. So Ellie got her catalog last Friday. Yay! Mary got hers. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so some people got theirs Saturday. Thank y'all for saying that. It's really stressing me out. In fact, this morning when I got up, I was like, did anybody get theirs? Because over the weekend, I did get a lot of emails of people that did not get theirs. So hopefully it's going to arrive soon. Peggy said, have you tried the key lime Kit Kat? I didn't even know there was a key lime Kit Kat. Wow, that sounds dangerous. Okay, let's see. I forgot to give you the measurements of the box. So this box measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3/4. So it's 3/4. So I know for sure that a Kit Kat does not exceed past 3/4. So a Kit Kat will fit in here. Yeah. Does anybody know what the full size Kit Kat measurement is? What do you put in the box? Okay, so Margaret, I showed you several items that would fit in here. Lisa said she would love to see my floor when I'm done. Oh, it's a hot mess, but guess what? I have one of those brooms that hairdressers have in their salon. So it's really easy for me just to sweep, sweep, sweep right into that little container and then dump it into my garbage. So if anybody on here has hardwood floors or vinyl or whatever in their craft room, those little hairdresser brooms, dustpans, whatever it's called, the 2-in-1, they work perfect. Yeah. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Let's see. I've clicked on live chat, and Adana says she wishes that the silicone craft sheet was larger. Actually, I do too. Like this, like the entire size of our desk, right? Oh, the ombre glitter paper is beautiful. I used it the other day on the, I used it on this box. Did I use it on this one? No, I didn't use it on that one, but oh, I just love it. I think because it's a subtle, it's a subtle color. I like subtle colors. Although these are not subtle. I guess maybe they are. I don't know. Okay, any other questions before I sign off? So tomorrow I will post, I am not going to post any of this on my website tonight because I have discovered that when I post in the evening, I make mistakes because I'm tired. I've been working I've been working all day. So I'm going to post this all on my blog tomorrow. So you'll get the PDF for the box template. You'll get the free printable that will have the picture of both projects. And yeah, tomorrow. So all the measurements will be posted tomorrow. And if you watch the video, they were, I showed both of them. Jenny asked, when do I order paper shares? I'm ordering them on May 3rd. So everyone that has registered for them, as long as you pay by May 1st, I'll be ordering them on May 3rd. I can only order what has been paid for, so I won't be ordering paper shares for people that haven't paid. So yeah, if you've registered for one, I sent the link out today and you can officially start paying. Iona said, what did one snowman say to the other snowman? Do you smell carrots? Oh, that's good. Stephanie said that the Kit Kats measure 3 3/4. So let me get my ruler. Where is my handy dandy ruler? Here it is. So a standard Kit Kat measures 3 3/4 by 2.5. So 3 3/4. Yep, it'll fit this way. 2.5. Yep, it'll fit that way. So you'll have room to put 2 Kit Kats in here, but you would really want to use a belly band because it would be kind of heavy, right? To register, to pre-order, if you're asking about paper shares, let's see. If you go over to my website, chickenscratch.com, on the blog post today, if you scroll down in the middle of the blog post, you'll see a link where you can click to go do it. If you send me an email, Angie@chickenscratch.com, I'll send you the link. Yeah. What flower do you find under your nose? Tulips. Oh, I love it. Vicky asked, am I going to make in-color blend labels for the new colors? Yes, I'm working on it. I have to, I'm going to add all the retired colors because I had a ton of people ask me, because even I have the retired ones. So I'm updating the Stampin' Blends labels to include all the past retired colors. And then I'm also adding in the new Stampin' Blend colors. So it's taken me a little while because that's a lot of colors to add. Yeah, but it will be ready by May 3rd. I tried to work on that this weekend, but it was like it took everything I had to get the labels for the paper shares, and then all these. I think they turned out really pretty though. These charts just really show how beautiful the papers are. I love them. Yeah, very pretty. I love the host paper. Okay, any other questions? Where do you order? Okay, I answered that one. Jenny, if you'll send me an email, I'll send you a direct link. And yes, I said, I'll post the measurements tomorrow. You think my back hurts from the coughing? You know, maybe that could be it. But it didn't even hurt back when I was coughing. It just started hurting like 2 or 3 days ago. And now it's like awful. David's like, have you been moving stuff? I'm like, no, I took it easy this weekend. I didn't want to. I wanted to work. But yeah. Okay, so we're all done. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you need anything, let me know. My next scheduled live video is for next Monday. I've kind of dropped the middle of the week Wednesday one for right now, since I'm behind on absolutely everything in life. But I'm trying to get another pre-recorded video on my channel every week. So last week I ended up going live. What did I make? I'm trying to remember. Was this my newsletter? I can't even remember. What? I might have showed y'all. I'm laughing now because I'm like, was that my project that I made for my newsletter people? Did I just let y'all see an exclusive project? I don't even know. No, I showed that on my blog, didn't I? Oh, it just goes to show my brain. Oh yeah, and tomorrow, I also have Chick Candy and the winners to post. So yeah. Oh, the squash card. I did make a squash card, didn't I? Who knows where that thing went? It's in here somewhere. It's a hot mess in here because working on the charts, working on the labels, it's like I'm a mad scientist right now. That's a good term, a mad scientist. Okay, thank y'all. I'm gonna go. My husband is cooking dinner, so have a good night.